In the deep waters off Mexico's Baja California peninsula, a group of fishermen experienced a once-in-a-lifetime encounter. It was an early morning in 2011, and a group of seasoned fishermen set out from the coastal town of Cabo San Lucas. The day began like any other, with calm seas and the promise of a fruitful catch. As they ventured further into the Pacific Ocean, the crew, led by Captain Alejandro Morales, noticed unusual movements in the water. Initially thinking it was a large school of fish, they prepared their nets. However, as they drew closer, they realized the movements were much more deliberate and powerful. Suddenly, a massive shadow loomed beneath the surface, revealing the unmistakable silhouette of a gigantic shark. The crew, accustomed to the ocean's many wonders, was unprepared for the sheer size of this creature. Estimated at an astounding 40 feet in length, this shark dwarfed even the largest great whites they had encountered. The fishermen watched in awe and trepidation as the shark swam gracefully around their boat, its immense size and power evident with each movement. 3 days after this encounter, Captain Alejandro Morales was approached by a man in a black suit while he was preparing his boat for another fishing trip. The man, who didn't introduce himself, seemed out of place in the small, rustic fishing village. His demeanor was calm, but intimidating, and he made it clear that his visit was not a social call. The man informed Morales that he was aware of his encounter with the black demon shark and that he had seen the photos and video. He advised him to stop discussing the sighting with anyone and to refrain from sharing any evidence. When Morales asked why, the man's response was chilling. He said that some things are better left unexplored. If you continue to talk about this, you'll regret it. Your boat will be destroyed, and you'll find it difficult to make a living here. The encounter with the man left Morales shaken. He had never considered that his experience would attract such attention, much less a direct threat. Fearing for his livelihood and safety, Morales reluctantly agreed to keep silent about his sighting. The discovery of such a large shark near Baja, California, has significant implications for marine biology. Sharks of this size are exceedingly rare. There's only been a handful of accounts, and their presence in these waters suggests the possible existence of a previously undocumented species or an exceptionally large individual of a known species, such as the great white. Researchers who have looked into these cases have noted that they share similarities with the great white. Interestingly enough, among the local fishing communities, stories of the black demon shark have circulated for generations. Described as a massive, dark-colored shark significantly larger than the average great white, the black demon is said to possess an unusually large dorsal fin and a fearsome presence. The most prominent accounts of the black demon shark come from local fishermen. These seasoned seafarers, who spend countless hours navigating the waters off Baja, California, have reported seeing a massive, shadowy figure beneath the surface. According to their descriptions, the shark measures between 30 and 40 feet in length, significantly larger than the average great white shark. Its skin is said to be dark, almost black, and it possesses an unusually large dorsal fin that protrudes ominously from the water. One of the most detailed accounts comes from a fisherman named Eric Mack, who reported his encounter with the black demon shark in 2008. Mack described a creature so large that it rocked his boat as it swam beneath it. He noted the shark's immense size and dark coloration, as well as the distinctive shape of its dorsal fin. Mack's account has been widely circulated, adding credibility to the legend. Recreational divers have also contributed to the lore of the black demon shark. Several divers exploring the underwater caves and reefs off Baja, California have reported seeing a large, shadowy figure moving through the water. These divers describe a creature with an imposing presence, its dark body blending seamlessly with the depths of the ocean. Some have even managed to capture fleeting glimpses of the shark on underwater cameras, though these images are often blurry and difficult to analyze. Physical evidence supporting the existence of the black demon shark includes reports of unusual bite marks on marine animals and boats. These bite marks are significantly larger than those typically left by known shark species. Marine biologists studying these marks have noted their irregular patterns and immense size, suggesting the presence of a previously unidentified predator in the region. The discovery of new marine species, particularly in the deep ocean, is not unprecedented. The ocean's vastness and depth provide ample hiding places for creatures that have yet to be documented by science. The black demon shark could represent such a species, an elusive predator that has managed to avoid detection due to its remote habitat and nocturnal behavior. Marine biologists like Dr. Heithaus from Florida suggest that large, undocumented species of sharks could exist, but stated that further evidence is needed. The sheer size of the ocean and the relatively small area that has been thoroughly explored leave open the possibility of encountering unknown giants. Comparisons have been drawn between the black demon shark and known species such as the megalodon, a prehistoric shark that lived millions of years ago. While the existence of living megalodons has been largely debunked, the comparison highlights the fascination with large predatory sharks. Some scientists speculate that the black demon shark could be a descendant of ancient shark species, having evolved in isolation over millennia. The prevailing theory is that the megalodon went extinct due to a combination of changes, declining prey populations, and competition with other predators, such as early great white sharks. The cooling of the oceans during the Pliocene epoch likely reduced the suitable habitats for the megalodon, and the changes in prey availability may have made it difficult for such a large predator to sustain itself. One of the key arguments for the potential survival of the megalodon is the vastness and unexplored nature of the deep ocean. More than 80% of the world's oceans remain unexplored and unmapped, particularly the deep-sea environments that lie beyond the reach of most research efforts. These deep, dark waters could theoretically provide a refuge for the megalodon, away from the pressures that led to its extinction in shallower coastal areas. The deep sea is home to many species that have adapted to extreme conditions, and it is possible that the megalodon could have followed its prey into these depths, evolving to survive in a new environment. The discovery of deep-sea giants like the colossal squid has shown that large predators can exist in these remote parts of the ocean, lending some plausibility to the idea. For the megalodon to survive in the deep sea, it would have needed to undergo significant adaptations. These might include changes in physiology to cope with the high pressures, low temperatures, and limited light found in deep-sea environments. The shark would also need to have adapted its hunting strategies to catch prey in the dark, potentially developing enhanced senses or bioluminescent capabilities. A significant factor in the survival of a large predator like the megalodon is the availability of prey. The deep sea is home to a variety of large marine animals, including giant squid, deep-diving cetaceans, and other large fish. These animals could potentially provide a sufficient food source for a surviving population of megalodons. Another consideration is the competition with other deep-sea predators. Species such as the sperm whale and various deep-sea sharks would likely compete with the megalodon for food. However, if the megalodon could exploit different prey or hunting strategies, it might avoid direct competition and carve out a niche for itself in the deep-sea ecosystem. The fossil record is inherently incomplete, and the absence of recent megalodon fossils does not necessarily mean the species is extinct. Fossils are more likely to form in shallow coastal areas, where sedimentary processes can preserve remains. In contrast, the deep sea is less conducive to fossilization, meaning that any remains of deep-sea dwelling megalodons might not be found. Over the years, there have been various reports and legends of giant sharks that could be interpreted as surviving megalodons. While these accounts are often anecdotal and lack scientific verification, they contribute to the enduring fascination with the possibility of megalodon survival. Some fishermen and sailors have reported seeing unusually large sharks, but these sightings are typically dismissed due to the lack of concrete evidence. The legend of the black demon shark has captured the imagination of both locals and tourists. The fear of encountering such a massive predator has added an element of danger to the waters off Baja, California, while the fascination with this mysterious creature has attracted adventurous divers and researchers hoping to catch a glimpse of the elusive shark. As of right now, the black demon shark of Baja, California, Mexico stands as one of the most intriguing marine legends, supported by numerous eyewitness accounts and compelling physical evidence. The mystery of Chessie. The Chesapeake Bay, the largest estuary in the United States, is known for its stunning natural beauty, abundant wildlife, and historical significance. However, among its many attributes, one of the most intriguing and enduring legends is that of Chessie, a large plesiosaur-like creature purportedly residing in its waters. The legend of Chessie can be traced back to the 19th century, with some of the earliest reports emerging from fishermen and sailors who claimed to have seen a large, serpentine creature in the bay. These early accounts often described a long-necked aquatic animal reminiscent of the prehistoric plesiosaur, a marine reptile that lived during the Mesozoic era. The modern era of Chessie sightings began in earnest in the 1970s. In 1978, two fishermen, Robert and Charles Frew, reported seeing a large, unknown creature in the waters near Calvert Cliffs State Park. They described it as being around 25 to 40 feet long, with a snake-like head and humps along its back. Their account was followed by numerous other reports from residents and visitors who claimed to have seen a similar creature in various parts of the bay. One of the most famous sightings occurred in 1982 when a couple named Donald and Alice Poindexter encountered what they believed to be footage of Chessie near their home in Lusby, Maryland. They described the encounter as witnessing a mysterious object moving through the water, which they estimated to be around 30 feet in length. This encounter was widely circulated and brought national attention to the legend of Chessie. Eyewitness testimonies are a significant component of the Chessie legend. Many of these accounts share common elements, such as the description of a large, elongated creature with humps and a snake-like head. While eyewitness accounts are valuable, they are also subject to human error and misinterpretation. Factors such as lighting, water conditions, and the observer's vantage point can all influence what is seen and how it is interpreted. Photographic and video evidence of Chessie is sparse and often inconclusive. For a large, plesiosaur-like creature to exist in the Chesapeake Bay, it would need to meet certain biological and environmental criteria. The Chesapeake Bay is a relatively shallow estuary with a maximum depth of about 174 feet, which raises questions about whether it could support a large marine reptile. Additionally, the bay's brackish water and seasonal temperature variations would present challenges for a creature adapted to a specific environment. One of the most plausible explanations for Chessie sightings is the misidentification of known animals. The Chesapeake Bay is home to a variety of large marine creatures, including manatees, large fish, and even whales on occasion. These animals, especially when seen from a distance or under unusual conditions, could easily be mistaken for a mythical sea serpent. The most exciting, yet scientifically contentious theory is that Chessie represents a surviving plesiosaur or a similar prehistoric marine reptile. Proponents of this theory argue that such creatures could have survived in isolated, unexplored parts of the world's oceans and estuaries. However, this theory faces significant challenges, including the lack of fossil evidence for such a creature in the region and the improbability of a breeding population remaining undiscovered for so long. Chessie represents a fascinating case study for researchers who study unknown animals. While mainstream science remains skeptical of the existence of such creatures, the persistent reports and sightings highlight the need for continued exploration and study of our planet's lesser-known environments. As of right now, the legend of Chessie, the plesiosaur-like creature of the Chesapeake Bay, continues to capture the imagination of residents and visitors alike. While definitive proof of its existence remains elusive, the numerous sightings and enduring fascination with this mythical creature underscore the mysteries that still lie hidden beneath the surface of our waters. The mystery of the Cadborosaurus. The oceans, with their vast, uncharted depths, have long been a source of mystery and legend. Among the many creatures said to inhabit the seas, one of the most intriguing is the Cadborosaurus, nicknamed Caddy. This alleged sea monster, reported off the coast of British Columbia near Cadboro Bay, has captivated the imagination of locals and researchers alike. Described as a long, serpent-like beast with flippers, Caddy is said to measure anywhere from 40 to 70 feet in length. Over the past 80 years, there have been more than 300 claimed sightings of this elusive creature. The legend of Cadborosaurus dates back to indigenous folklore. The people of the Pacific Northwest have long spoken of a giant sea serpent that inhabits the coastal waters. These stories describe a creature with a large head, a long, undulating body, and flippers. These early accounts laid the foundation for modern sightings and contributed to the cultural heritage of the region. One of the earliest documented observations of Caddy occurred in 1933, when a lawyer from Victoria and his spouse spotted it while cruising on their yacht. They depicted a monstrous reptile possessing the head of a camel. In 1934, two members of the provincial government witnessed the reappearance of the creature, providing a description identical to the initial sighting. In the same year, two fishermen observed two colossal creatures in the water, one measuring approximately 60 feet in length, while the other was half that size. Two hunters made an intriguing observation while attempting to retrieve their injured bird. The creature emerged from the water, engulfed the duck, lunged at a few seagulls, and then disappeared beneath the surface. They observed the head, which measured 6 feet in length and had teeth resembling a saw. In 1937, a photograph of Caddy was acquired. In October of 1937, a sperm whale was captured by a whaling facility located in Vancouver. During the process of extracting the stomach contents at the Naden Harbour whaling station, workers encountered a cadaver measuring 20 feet in length belonging to an unknown species. The creature possessed equine facial features, a serpentine torso, and a tail adorned with fins and spines. An image was captured, although the fate of its remnants remains unknown. No scientist possesses the ability to accurately classify the creature depicted in the photos. The creature has characteristics that are both mammalian and reptile in nature, although its exact classification remains uncertain. Modern reports of Caddy began to gain attention in the 1930s. One of the earliest well-documented sightings occurred in 1933, when two local residents, Archie Wills and William Hageland, reported seeing a strange creature in Cadborough Bay. They described it as having a long neck, a horse-like head, and a serpentine body with flippers. This sighting was followed by numerous other reports, with witnesses ranging from fishermen and sailors to tourists and residents. One of the most notable encounters occurred in 1968, when Captain Paul Sowerby and his crew claimed to have seen Caddy off the coast of Vancouver Island. They described the creature as being around 60 feet long, with a series of humps along its back and a head resembling that of a camel. Despite the crew's efforts to photograph the creature, they were only able to capture blurry images, which, while intriguing, did not provide definitive proof. Eyewitness testimonies form a significant part of the evidence for Caddy's existence. Over the past 80 years, more than 300 individuals have reported seeing the creature. Many of these accounts share consistent details, such as the description of the creature's long, undulating body, flippers, and horse-like head. While eyewitness accounts are valuable, they are also subject to human error and misinterpretation, especially in challenging conditions at sea. Photographic and video evidence of Caddy is sparse and often inconclusive. Most images are blurry or taken from a distance, making it difficult to identify the creature definitively. In recent years, advances in technology have led to the use of underwater cameras and drones in the search for Caddy. While these efforts have yet to yield definitive evidence, they represent a significant step forward in the quest to document the elusive creature. The most exciting, yet scientifically contentious theory is that Caddy represents a surviving prehistoric species, such as a plesiosaur or a large marine reptile. Proponents of this theory argue that such creatures could have survived in isolated, unexplored parts of the world's oceans. However, this theory faces significant challenges, including the lack of fossil evidence for such a creature in the region and the improbability of a breeding population remaining undiscovered for so long. As of right now, the legend of Cadborosaurus, the plesiosaur-like creature of Cadborough Bay, continues to capture the imagination of residents and visitors alike. While definitive proof of its existence remains elusive, the numerous sightings and enduring fascination with this mythical creature underscore the mysteries that still lie hidden beneath the surface of our waters.